you for joining me for QuickBooks in the Real World. This is Marie Gibson, and I encourage business owners to take charge of their accounting, actually take control of it, run with it, make sure you're the boss of it. We want to be able to take that accounting under our wings. We want to make sure that we can use it quickly, easily, effectively, efficiently, and accurately so we can get the numbers that we need. We want to know how our business is doing. We want to know how to make decisions. We want to use those numbers to fine-tune our business. So anyway, let's take a look at our QuickBooks software. This is not a program that shows you the point and click. There's YouTube videos that you can research and find for the exact tools. This is the logic behind the QuickBooks. This is the logic behind our brains and how they work together and what we're looking for when we're actually using the software. This little snip, this little module is dedicated to reconciliations. Something that scares the bejesus out of people. And I'm always like, it shouldn't be worrisome. So QuickBooks and reconciliations work quite well. And reconciliation is just intended to say, if everything cleared my checking account, all the checks that I've written, all the deposits I've made, everything's through the bank, and everything's in QuickBooks, do my two balances match? That's all we're asking. If on my credit card accounts, everything that I've purchased and all the payments that I've made, if I look at my credit card statement and I look at my QuickBooks statements, are they the same? Does everything clear? The challenge we have is there's always a time lag. It might be a 2, 3, 4-day time lag. It may be a 5-day. We may have some employee that keeps their payroll check hanging out for 30, 60, 90 days, right? Just knock them upside the head. So we really want those paychecks to clear quickly. We hate, sometimes they use them as a little miniature savings account, right? Just QuickBooks in the real world, just sharing out loud. But what we want is to, if everything clears in QuickBooks and everything clears in the bank, are my balances the same? And sometimes what happens is we forget things in QuickBooks. We don't get everything in QuickBooks, so the balances in here are different, or we've gotten it in there twice. One of my clients has a challenge. She puts things in very redundantly because she loves making sure that they're taken care of, but she'll enter a bill twice, or she'll enter an expense twice, or she'll enter something twice. And so we want to make sure that we're not entering things twice. And that's how a reconciliation helps us ensure the accuracy of our numbers. So when we're here, I'm going to share my screen. This is QuickBooks Desktop. I also have the QuickBooks Online version of these programs and modules. And again, this is a very quick snip to show you what that looks like. This is our sample company. So banking reconcile is in this green line. I also have the choice down below, which is the blue. And when I begin my reconciliation, I need to say which account. Well, I would reconcile your checking accounts. I would reconcile your petty cash accounts. I would reconcile your savings accounts. I would reconcile your credit card accounts, and I definitely reconcile your loan accounts. So we're going to slip into the checking account, and on 12/31, my balance was, let's go ahead and check the statement date, right? It was last reconciled on November 30th. My beginning balance is shown here. My ending balance, this is something that I take directly off the bank statement. And I might have some service charges, or sometimes we don't. We might have a little bit of interest expense. We make sure that those are posted properly. And interest income, and we want to make sure our dates look great, and we would continue through. And now I have a window that looks something like this. I have on the left side all my checks and payments and whether they have cleared my bank. Are they on the bank statement? Have they been paid from the bank, right? Also, likewise, the deposits are on this side, the right side, and have these deposits actually made it to the bank? Have they cleared the bank? And you can see if this is, I don't think this was to print. I think that was probably an EFTPS, right? So I might even just take a moment and I could change that. I can say, no, that wasn't, that was electronic, not an EFTPS, that's federal, but electronic fund transfer, and I can save and close. And let's say that did clear our bank as well, and this cleared and this cleared. And at the end of the day, I'm just going through here and I say, oh gosh, look at all these things cleared. Well, maybe that one didn't clear. I have to go back and check on it, and we're done. There's none of those others cleared. Well, my balance down here on the bottom right-hand corner is not zero. If they were exactly matched, they would be zero. Now, sometimes people go ahead and just say, oh, I'm going to reconcile anyway. I don't know, I'm close enough. So how close is close enough? So always, I think $5 in my mind. If I'm off $5 and I've gone through this a couple of times and I can't find it, okay, fine. Other people disagree. They'll be like 5 cents, or they'll be like nothing. I have to have it absolutely perfect. Well, then you need to make sure that there's no accidental typos in your QuickBooks or no accidental transposing of numbers in your bank account, right? So when I actually say go ahead and reconcile, it says long message, return to reconciliation, leave the reconciliation. Oh, where'd it go? Well, I'm going to have to go back in it. Thank you. We're going to continue this process, right? And then I still have this little difference. And oh, let's say we're going to go ahead and say $500 is close enough. And I'm going to enter adjustment. People do this all the time. I'm always a little surprised. And then I can print my reports. Thank you very much. I can display them, or I can print them to paper. And you can see that there's some summary reports, reconciliation summary, reconciliation detail report. And then when I come back here, I actually want to see where my reconciliation expense went to. And if I'm looking at it'll be on your profit and loss report. And as I look at it, I end up with a negative $3,505 total reconciliation for this entire time period, which is October through December. And you can see that the $540 showed up here. So I find that these numbers are pretty large, and I would go back and unreconcile and re-reconcile. Not as scary as you think. It's manageable. But again, what we're trying to do is make sure that these numbers in QuickBooks, which came directly through your checking account and your credit card account, right? How did you actually get the money in and out of these transactions, that these match what went on in real life in your bank account, your checking account. I would also reconcile my credit card. We just took some time and went through credit card charges. I would do the same thing, reconcile, and I want to reconcile that Visa Capital One. And we're going to make up a number here real quick. I don't remember what we actually charged in there. It looks like we didn't charge quite as much as we thought, but here's my charges. This was a charge. And did I have this payment applied yet? And you know what? It looks like it was kind of, I had a little typo going on in my eyes, or I had something with my eyes. My vision wasn't real clear, so I had to modify this little button and say what the ending balance truly was. Oh, now if I'm looking at the ending balance, I have zero difference. My credit card account and my credit card statement match exactly. That's spot on, exactly where we want to be. So I encourage you to tackle reconciliations. They're easier said than maybe done. But again, once you get the hang of it and you get the first one, then the others will come more easily going forward in the future. Again, thank you so much for your time. I trust that this module has been helpful, and we look forward to talking to you soon.